Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank y'all for tuning in and thank you in advance for subscribing. So, tonight I will talk about vehicle related stops in Virginia. If you are in Virginia, you know someone in Virginia, or you're moving to Virginia, please be sure to watch this video, be sure to share this video, and be sure to like this video as you will be receiving very valuable information in the event you or someone you know is faced with a vehicle related stop in Virginia. Now, before I talk about the types of vehicle related stops in Virginia, very briefly, I'm going to talk about communicating with the DMV. I feel it's very important to understand how to communicate with the DMV before you start, researching and calling and asking questions about any stops on your record. So let me just share. When you are speaking to that DMV agent or clerk, you want to be precise and direct as possible. Okay. A lot of times the clerks are going to take what you say at face value. Okay. They're just going to do that. You are going to have a few clerks that will, dig through the communication barrier or any confusion, and they will try to understand what you're asking for, but a lot of times, no. As a prior DMV clerk, I understand the jargon that DMV puts out. I do understand the terminology as well. Okay, so I'm just telling you guys from experience how the DMV works when it comes to communicating. You really want to be precise and know what it is that you're asking for. Let me give y'all a few examples. So, a lot of times, some of you will go to the DMV and you will say, I want to register my vehicle. But in reality, you want to title and register your vehicle. So, if you're going to the DMV and you're saying you want to register your vehicle, that is only pertaining to the registration, plates, and decals. Either one out of the three, two out of the three, or all of the above. Okay? I want to register my vehicle, it's only for that. Okay? I want to title my vehicle, it's for the title. Okay? Now, if you want to title and register your vehicle, state that. Okay? Don't just say I want to register my vehicle, but you want to do the title and registration. Be very specific with what you're asking for. Okay? So when it comes to vehicle related stops, as such, you want to specify vehicle related stops. A lot of times, the clerk may just look at your driver's license, and if you don't have any stops on your driver's license, they'll tell you you're fine, you're good, they don't see anything. Okay, there's two types to DMV. You have the driver's license side and you have the vehicle related side. So if you're asking about a vehicle related stop, make sure you specify that. Because if not, again, the clerk is going to start with your driver's license side. A lot of times they don't see anything. They're going to get you off of the phone. They're going to get you from in front of their window. So you want to, stand firm on what it is that you're asking for. Okay, so I just wanted, to give you guys those little tidbits when you're trying to communicate and talk to the DMV clerk. Okay, now, when it comes to vehicle related stops, okay, let me just share this very briefly. Stops can appear on your record at any time. Of course, normally you're going to receive some sort of warning or notice of importance from the DMV or from that agency in question that has the authority to put a stop on your record. Sometimes you may receive two or three notices, sometimes maybe even a little bit more before that stop is put in place. Okay, so again, they can appear at any time. Just be mindful of that. And if you say that you haven't received a notice, most likely your address is not current. Okay, but that's for a different day. I'm not going to talk about address changes here, but that is a problem when it comes to stops a lot. Okay, but in Virginia, there are some very serious stops that can impact your vehicle registration. I'm just going to name a few of them, just go over them in details very briefly. So if you are in Northern Virginia and you are in, Arlington, Loudoun, Stafford, Alexandria, you're going to be getting what's called an emissions inspection. Okay, this is due every 2 years, and certain vehicles do require that. So if you don't have your emissions inspection, then you will have what's called an emission stop. And this will allow you to get your registration time for only 1 month instead of a full year. Okay, so be mindful of the emission stop if you are in Northern Virginia. Another stop that can impact your registration if you're in Virginia can be the SR22 stop. So if you have not complied with your insurance, you have an insurance cancellation, then you will have an SR22 stop on your record. That will allow you to get a registration time for 2 months only instead of a full year. Okay, so be mindful of that one. If you feel like that's incorrect, make sure you reach out to your insurance company and the DMV and talk about that situation as well. Another stop you want to be mindful of is personal property tax. So normally, if you don't pay your personal property tax at the city or the county level pertaining to your commissioner of revenue within a certain amount of time, they will put a stop in place. Okay, now if you're in between multiple cities, maybe you move from one city and went to another, you will want to talk to both of the commissioner of revenues in question to make sure you're in compliance, or if there's a stop with one, you want to reach out to both just to make sure there's no confusion or mishap, as such. But if you don't pay accordingly within that time frame, they will notify the DMV of your unpaid personal property tax obligation and that you will have a stop on your record. Okay. Another stop could be, unpaid tolls. So Virginia, we have a lot of toll roads, in this area, Southampton roads and, Richmond and Northern Virginia. So if you don't pay your toll agency accordingly, you don't have a balance. If you don't have a good balance on your Easy Pass, then, you can also fall into that situation again, being negative, and that can affect your toll status. So you will want to make sure you be mindful of any toll notices that you receive from those toll agencies. And if you don't pay within a certain amount of time, they will also notify the DMV as well. Okay. Now, when it comes to toll violations, normally you are not able to get any type of registration courtesy, like a 1 or 2 or 3 month, time frame. And let me go back to the personal property tax. I forgot to add this piece. So if you haven't paid your personal property tax, sometimes you can get a 3 month courtesy time in Virginia instead of that year. Okay, so you can get that 3 month just to give you some time to take care of the situation at hand, and then you can get the full year after you pay in question. So after the toll stop in question, I want to share the administrative stop. So an administrative stop could be for different reasons from the Virginia DMV, and the Virginia DMV, they put the administrative stop in place. Okay, the other stops that I mentioned, like the personal property tax and the toll, normally those are put in place from those other agencies. Okay, but administrative stops and emissions, those are put in place from the Virginia DMV. Now, when it comes to an administrative stop could be a stop in which you wrote the DMV a bad check that was not taken care of, or maybe you received a title and the title should have had a lien on it, but you received the title in error. And DMV may have sent you a notice advising you to submit the title, and you did not do that, so they put a stop on your record. So these are some of the main types of stops in Virginia that can impact your vehicle, registration matters. If you have any questions pertaining to this segment on tonight, or you want to share your experience, feel free to drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you for tuning in. Please click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.